All the hard work, blood, sweat, and tears come down to a final 40 minutes of football. The Atlanta Steam, the Seattle Mist, Legends Cup 2017, next!
I just want to be given the chance.
You were the pioneers that built women's football.
The opportunity to succeed. Or even to fail.
You are the league of their own.
Figure out what the you need to do mentally to be able to sacrifice everything for the girl next to you.
You better knock the shit out of her.
Put the hurt on them first. Keep them on the ground. Stick your foot on their throat.
We are in Los Angeles, California for the 2017 Legends Cup. Welcome inside the booth of LFL Football Night. Mitch Mortaza and Bobby Huco, the 2017 Legends Cup. We've got an improbable matchup for you, the Atlanta Steam versus the Seattle Mist. Why do I say improbable? Only because the Chicago Bliss had beaten the Atlanta Steam a league record 6 straight times before falling to them in the Eastern Conference Championship. Now, with this matchup, Atlanta versus Seattle, they've never played one another prior. So I ask you, my broadcast partner, what can we expect of this game?
As a former quarterback, I'm biased. I'm going to be watching the quarterbacks. This will be the greatest matchup of starting quarterbacks in the history of the Legends Cup. For Atlanta, you have Dakota Hughes. In 2014, she was the Rookie of the Year. She's on the brink of greatness every year, but she can't get over that Chicago hump. Well, guess what? She got over that Chicago hump. She's in command of this offense. It's going to be fun for the Atlanta fans to watch her tonight. Then for Seattle, you have 5'3", KK Matheny, only 5'3", but she plays like a 6-foot quarterback. She's been in this system now for 3 years. She knows it inside and out, and she's finally going to her go-to receiver, Jade Randall.
Now, you talk about the two quarterbacks being the best starting quarterbacks in Legends Cup history. I would echo that sentiment. Really impressive seasons from both of them. Now let's flip to the defensive side of the ball. This is an element of the game that's really peaking for both of these two teams at just the right time. Atlanta Steam, well, they held a very high-powered Chicago offense to a mere 6 points in the Eastern Conference Championship. And what did the Seattle Mist do against Ashley Salerno in Los Angeles? And they held them to 13 points. So you're talking about a pair of defenses that are peaking at just the right time. What impresses you about their personnel for both these teams?
Well, for Seattle, it's Jade Randall. Coming off the edge, there's nobody like her. Tonight, I expect her to get after Dakota Hughes all night long, and her motor, it never stops. The other main part of that defense is Danielle Hawkins. She was a nominee for Defensive Player of the Year, and nobody in the LFL has a nose for the football like her.
Now, on the defensive side of the ball for Atlanta, what impresses you there?
Well, this team, they're a collective defense, but what really stands out is the cornerback play and the middle linebacker play. And they're all rookies, by the way. Cornerback Amber Clark had a record year for herself this year. Last year, that was the Achilles heel. Everybody could go after her. This year, it is a strength, and the story of the year is the middle linebacker, Jessica Salazar. In my opinion, the MVP of this team. She goes after the football, takes great angles, and has deceptive speed going after running backs.
These are the people that have been by your side for the last 9 months, okay, that have gone through practices in the rain, in the freezing cold, that have played through injuries, that have played through hard times in their lives, right? And these are the girls that have been here for us through those times as well. We're never gonna get this moment back.
I'm not trying to take a 5-hour ride back home without a championship. 7 years I've been playing in this game. In 7 years, this is the most perfect it's ever felt. I can look each and every one of you in the eye and say I believe in every last one of you.
We will see how these defenses match up against serious offensive firepower. Who will cement their legacy in the history books? The 2017 Legends Cup. Kickoff is next.
LFL Mobile, giving you access to the gridiron goddesses of the LFL with exclusive photos, videos, live game reporting, and fan promotions. LFL Mobile. Download on your Android or iPhone.
As the sun is starting to set here in the City of Angels, we are ready for kickoff of Legends Cup 2017. Mitch Mortaza and Bobby Huco on the call.
Two elite LFL teams. This one is guaranteed to be exciting and explosive.
That is Lauren Ziegler with a kick that sails into the end zone. Dominique Malloy a little cavalier in going back to the ball. And we get our first look at KK Matheny. who we sat down with earlier.
The difference between winning and losing Legends Cup is everything. That feeling that you get when you win is literally like no other in sports. It's what you aspire for. It's literally everything. And losing is obviously the opposite. It's the flip side of the coin. And I don't want that feeling again.
KK Matheny is on a mission tonight. Look at those stats this year. 13 touchdowns, only 2 interceptions. She's ready to go.
A 1st and 10 ball at the 15 of Seattle. That is Stevie Schnorr flanked in the backfield. The handoff goes to Schnorr, back to Matheny, down the field, and connecting. That is Jade Randall fighting through arm tackles and into the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle. That did not take long, all of 15 seconds. We talked about KK Matheny and Jade Randall not having chemistry. They kind of blew that argument out of the water with a 35-yard connection.
Gotta love this play call by Chris Michelson. Everybody in the world thought Stevie Schnorr's getting the ball. She flicks it back to KK. She takes a shot, throws it to Randall, who makes an incredible catch. And watch what she does here. She throws the all-fantasy player, Adrian Purnell, into the wall and then takes 2 defenders into the end zone. Just incredible play.
Just a pure physical specimen, Jade Randall. We always talk about her smarts, being a Harvard grad, but how quickly she's picked up this game of football is nothing short of phenomenal. And that'll be intercepted, the 2-point conversion by Lauren Ziegler. So the Atlanta defense finally coming up big here after giving up a 35-yard touchdown to Jade Randall. Our score will remain 6-0 Seattle.
What a start for Seattle. They won the title 2 years ago. They're coming out throwing. Nobody expected that on the first play of the game. And I got to hand it, I can't tell you what kind of shot KK Matheny took. I didn't know she was going to get up. She was on the ground afterwards, stumbling out. Great play by Seattle.
A look at Dakota Hughes' 2017 numbers. Very similar to KK Matheny with the touchdown to interception ratio. From the shotgun, a 1st and 10 down the field. And overshooting her target, Lauren Ziegler. Atlanta not shy with the play calling early. We met with Dakota Hughes to talk about the pressure of the Legends Cup.
Being 19 and entering my first Legends Cup, it was my 3rd game ever. I really didn't have an appreciation for how hard it is to get there, and to be there now for the 2nd time in 4 years, it kind of makes me appreciate that hard work a little bit more, and might as well finish strong with holding that cup in the air.
When I spoke with Dakota, we compared that moment to Dan Marino's career in the NFL. He got to the Super Bowl quick and never made it back. She appreciates being here tonight. I look for a big game from Dakota Hughes.
A 2nd and 10 completion with Lauren Ziegler. That'll be a 4-yard connection, setting up a 3rd and 6 as we meet Atlanta's starters.
Molly Richardson, wide receiver.
Lauren Ziegler,
Wide receiver.
Ariana Barton,
Your tight end.
Adrian Purnell,
Your tight end.
Dino Jowski, center.
Jesse Locklear, running back.
Dakota Hughes, quarterback.
As you can see already, Atlanta's game plan is to get the ball to Lauren Ziegler, their star wide receiver, in space and let her do the rest.
A 3rd and 6 for this Atlanta offense. Already down 6 points. They'll go to the workhorse. That is Jesse Locklear. Limited to only 2 yards on the carry. Ball out to the Atlanta 21-yard line. As we meet Seattle's starters.
Kiera Williams, corner.
Jessica Hopkins, corner. Michelle Angel, safety.
Jade Randall, safety.
Stevie Schnorr, linebacker.
Danielle Hawkins, defensive end.
Katie Whalen, defensive end.
A big part of Seattle's game plan will be around Stevie Schnorr. She has to control that inside running game.
A vital 4th and 4 early here. Dakota Hughes from the shotgun. Now going to take off with it herself. And that'll be more than enough. A gain of 7 yards. That'll move the sticks for Atlanta.
A great downfield block by Efezekai to open it up for Dakota to get that first down. We mentioned last week in the conference championship game how effective she is when she runs. She's not pretty, but she gets yardage every time.
Deceptively fast is number 18. Not known as one of the more pure scramblers like Tashay Winfrey or Ashley Salerno, but can be very effective. This is a 1st and 10 handoff. Jesse Locklear. Again, Locklear limited to only 2 yards. That time tackled by Stevie Schnorr.
Jesse Locklear, she lacks the wow traits, but all year long she gets positive yardage, usually 3 to 5 yards, just like that. She's not a superstar, but she gets the job done.
Definitely not one of the more athletic backs in the league, but as you mentioned, just bites away at the apple, 3, 4, 5 yards, and ultimately that adds up. A 2nd and 8 now. Ball at the Seattle 20-yard line. This Atlanta offense knows it has to keep pace with that high-powered Seattle offense. That is an inside handoff. Jessica Salazar breaking free and into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta.
Wow, Salazar has no holes in her game. They're on offense. We talk about our defense at middle linebacker. They are lined up behind the tight end. They came inside with it. Great block right there. She breaks 2 tackles. Williams, and then Michelle Angel, who is a great defensive back, cannot bring her down. What an athlete from Miami, Jessica Salazar.
Salazar spinning her way through one of the more pure tacklers in the game, Jade Randall, and then stiff-arming Michelle Angel into the end zone. We certainly did not expect this kind of explosiveness from a rather very conservative Atlanta run game. This is a 1-point conversion. Toss right, Brittany Demery colliding. That time with Kiara Williams will not convert. And that'll take us to our first media timeout. And we are all tied up in Legends Cup 2017. Back to LFL football night, a look at Hollywood Boulevard as the big game has landed in Los Angeles. Mitch Mortaza and Bobby Huco on the call with a 6-6 game.
I noticed a lot of paparazzi around the game tonight. What a setting for the Legends Cup, Los Angeles, California.
That is from the shotgun handoff, Dominique Malloy. A 7-yard carry. You got to see the speed of Malloy there.
Yes, Malloy has world-class speed. She is a difference maker. She turns the corner better than anybody in the league, and she's the fastest player in the league. With her and Stevie Schnorr, maybe the best 1-2 running combination in the league.
That 7-yard run now setting up a 2nd and 3. Ball already at the Seattle 22-yard line from the shotgun. This is Matheny over the middle, deflected and intercepted. That looked to be intended for Shay Norton, and Norton could not handle it. That is Alfie Gore, a big-time turnover.
This ball is perfectly delivered by KK Matheny. Bounces up. Alfie Gore, the veteran, all over it. What a turnover for Atlanta.
Do you want a ring or not? Just fucking play like it.
That is Chris Michelson. Not happy at the effort of Shay Norton, which led to that turnover. As Atlanta's offense back in business, 1st and 10 from its own 19-yard line. Hughes again faking the handoff, connecting with her favorite receiver. That is Lauren Ziegler, good for 16 yards.
That is the game plan. Get it to Ziegler. She's had a great season. You see there, 20 receptions, 5 TDs, just a great wide receiver. The game plan is, you heard about Yak, yards after catch. Get her the ball in space, and she can run through any secondary. That's what they're doing.
Ziegler now the #1 ranked receiver in the LFL and was inducted into the 2017 Hall of Fame just last night. And that's a high snap over the head of Hughes, now dumping off to Adrian Purnell. Purnell not able to hold on, and that has been the source of a lot of criticism here in Atlanta, has been the center play for Dina Wojcicki.
Hey, that garbage bullshit ain't happening in this game. Oh, that garbage play. That's garbage play.
Every week this season, center Dina Wojcicki does this over the head of the quarterback. Thank God he has an athletic quarterback, delivers a strike here. And it was a focus drop by Adrian Purnell. She would have been smoked anyway. But every week, Wojcicki snaps high. I just don't understand it.
How that personnel change has not happened yet is mind-blowing, considering the issues Wojcicki has had at center. That is a handoff to their power back, Brittany Demery. Demry gaining 3 yards.
You mentioned about the snap from Wojciechowski. It happens every week, and it costs them games. And in the championship game, you can't have a center snap come up like that.
Wojciechowski really seems to have a tough time from the shotgun formation. So if you're committed to Wojciechowski at center, at least move Dakota Hughes under center.
Well, that's it. If you can't correct a problem, just do an under center snap so you don't have a problem. Correct.
A 3rd and 7, Brittany Demry again in the backfield. They're going to go toss left, Demry cutting back inside, and a gang of Seattle tacklers. She will gain 6 yards on the carry.
You got to love the way Demry goes to the target hole. With these two teams, you have Demry on one side, Stevie Schnorr on the other, 2 of the best power backs you can see in the LFL. She just took half the Seattle team for a 6-yard gain.
This is one of those unique matchups where we do see 2 predominant power backs in Brittany Demry and Stevie Schnorr, both wearing the number 2, by the way. But I like what they're doing here. A lot of great balance offensively for Atlanta. The one concern, again, is going to be center play as this game moves on. Now a 4th and 1 for the offense. Dropping back, Dakota Hughes, release play, and deflected and into the arms of Lauren Ziegler. That'll be a touchdown, Atlanta.
The play is never over with Lauren Ziegler. She was not the intended target. Watch this. Adrienne Purnell wide open. Again, she can't come down with it. But the ball hawk, Lauren Ziegler, waiting there out of her hands. What a play by Ziegler to give more points to Atlanta.
Purnell was wide open on the release play. Not one of the better hands in the game, Adrienne Purnell. Very luckily, Lauren Ziegler was in the same zip code.
She is such a great athlete. She could have stayed on the other side of the field. It was designed to go to Adrienne Purnell, but she came over late just in case something like that might have tipped up, and she gets a touchdown.
Now the 2-point attempt for Atlanta. Ball at the 3-yard line. That is Dakota Hughes, quick slant, and complete. Again to Lauren Ziegler. That'll extend Atlanta's lead 14-6.
We spoke about Lauren Ziegler's talent right there. She was covered. The old saying, she's open when she's covered. That ball was a strike right in her gut, and she held on for points.
An impressive looking drive by Atlanta, a 5-play, 31-yard drive that chewed up nearly 3 minutes of the clock. This Atlanta team really believes after beating Chicago that they could play with anybody. The first time in 6 attempts.
That big old bitch nailed the shit out of me.
Michelle Angel going after the quarterback, taking early shots at her, trying to beat her down, but you can't beat down Dakota Hughes.
Seattle's offense back out on the field. Ball at the 15-yard line. That is Malloy in motion at the bottom of your screen. Now down the field to Randall.
Why isn't she running? Run, baby, run.
You can see KK Matheny not happy with Jade Randall's effort down the field. She may have cut off the pattern.
That is the same play they used in a conference championship game. They fake the jet sweep, and it brings the defensive backs up, and then Jade Randall goes deep. Right there, KK Matheny thought that Randall stopped running the pattern.
And we are under a minute here in the first quarter. The Seattle offense facing a 2nd and 10. Jade Randall has been flying down the field all night, but this time they're going to hand it off to Stevie Schnorr. And what a tackle by Jessica Salazar. We saw what the rookie did on the offensive side of the field, and there you got a glimpse as to why she is the starting middle linebacker now for the Atlanta Steam.
What a season she is having. She didn't start at the beginning of the season. She came on strong. Look right there, 16 tackles. Just a solid, outstanding year for Salazar.
Atlanta actually started the season with Dina Wojciechowski at middle linebacker, quickly saw the talent of Salazar, and made that move. That'll do it for us here in the first quarter, a quarter that we've seen a lot of offensive fireworks, with Atlanta taking a 14-6 lead here in Legends Cup 2017.